Resource locks in Azure are a critical feature for managing and protecting your resources. They help prevent accidental deletion or modification of important resources. By applying a lock, you can ensure that your resources remain secure and stable, even when multiple users have access to your Azure environment. This presentation will delve into the various aspects of configuring resource locks, their types, and best practices for their use. Resource locks are essential for maintaining the integrity of your Azure resources. They provide an additional layer of security by preventing unauthorized changes. This is particularly important in environments where multiple administrators have access to the same resources. By using resource locks, you can avoid accidental deletions or modifications that could lead to downtime or data loss, ensuring the stability and reliability of your services. Azure offers two types of resource locks: cannot delete and read only. The cannot delete lock prevents users from deleting a resource, but allows them to read and modify it. The read-only lock, on the other hand, restricts users to only reading the resource, preventing any modifications or deletions. Understanding these types is crucial for applying the appropriate level of protection to your resources based on your specific needs. To apply a resource lock, navigate to the Azure portal, select the resource you want to lock, and go to the Locks section. From there, you can add a new lock, choose the type, cannot delete or read only, and provide a name and notes for the lock. This process ensures that the lock is applied correctly and that other administrators understand its purpose and importance. Managing resource locks involves regularly reviewing and updating them as needed. This includes adding new locks, modifying existing ones, or removing locks that are no longer necessary. Regular management ensures that your resources remain protected while allowing for necessary updates and changes. It's also important to document any changes to resource locks to maintain a clear record of their status and purpose. When configuring resource locks, it's important to follow best practices to maximize their effectiveness. This includes applying locks at the appropriate scope, such as resource groups or individual resources, and regularly reviewing and updating locks to ensure they meet your current needs. Additionally, it's crucial to communicate the purpose and details of resource locks to all administrators to avoid confusion and ensure proper usage. Resource locks can be applied at different scopes, including subscription, resource group, and individual resource levels. Applying a lock at a higher scope, such as a subscription or resource group, will inherit the lock to all resources within that scope. This can be useful for protecting a large number of resources simultaneously, but it also requires careful consideration to avoid unintended restrictions. When a resource lock is applied at a higher scope, such as a resource group, it is inherited by all resources within that group. This inheritance ensures consistent protection across multiple resources, but can also lead to unintended restrictions if not managed carefully. It's important to understand how inheritance works and to plan your resource lock strategy accordingly to avoid potential issues. While resource locks provide robust protection, there are certain exceptions where they may not apply. For example, some Azure services and operations may bypass resource locks due to their critical nature. It's important to be aware of these exceptions and to implement additional security measures if necessary to ensure comprehensive protection for your resources. Regular auditing of resource locks is essential to ensure they are functioning as intended and providing the necessary protection. This involves reviewing the current locks, checking for any unauthorized changes, and verifying that the locks align with your security policies. Auditing helps identify potential issues and ensures that your resource locks remain effective over time. Troubleshooting issues with resource locks involves identifying and resolving conflicts or errors that may arise. This can include addressing permissions issues, resolving conflicts between different locks, and ensuring that locks are applied correctly. Effective troubleshooting ensures that your resource locks provide the intended protection without causing unnecessary disruptions. Consider a scenario where a company uses resource locks to protect its critical databases. By applying read-only locks, the company ensures that the databases cannot be modified or deleted by mistake. This has prevented several potential incidents where administrators almost made changes that could have led to data loss. The case study highlights the practical benefits of resource locks in maintaining data integrity and operational stability. Configuring resource locks is a vital aspect of managing Azure identities and governance. By understanding the types, application, and management of resource locks, you can effectively protect your resources from accidental changes and deletions. As a next step, practice applying and managing resource locks in your Azure environment to gain hands-on experience and ensure your resources remain secure.